Hello, so in this video I want to go through my environment for Flutter development with iTerm, Zellij, Zellij and Neovim as code editor. The entire config is on GitHub and it of course doesn't narrow only to Flutter, but a few more languages have support like LaTeX, like Rust, and it's easily extendable. But in this one I want to show features for Flutter, and we can start with it's actually not so important. Everything is there so I don't have to explain. This is the video that will be here eventually. The one I'm recording will be replaced here. And okay, let's start with the terminal. So terminal, I use iTerm. That is not really configured anyhow. It only has a bit of opacity. That usually is more than now, but I want to make it more visible. And for the shell is Zellij, which is hard for me to pronounce, so sorry, with the OhmyZSH plugin. And it's basically this small config. For shell doesn't use much. It only can show you about GitHub, about current Git in the directory. It has this small theme that's very minimalistic, so it doesn't take entire line like some of it. And we have vmode, so I can easily do something boo and switch to it like I'm in Vim. So it's really cool. And also it has syntax highlighting, of course, so it showcases some completion, build, so it's great. It's not much, but it really helps. It also opens Zellij at the beginning of the session, so as you could see, it instantly popped up with Zellij, which is the second thing in my config. It's terminal workspace. This one, it's like Tmax if you used it, so terminal multiplexer. But I think it's much better, honestly, and it's written in Rust, so it's a big plus, of course. And okay, nothing really fancy about the deconfig of the shell. I have some things here about it, but it's not really useful. Paths, excludes, etc. Only these aliases are really cool, like BBB, I use it all the time, so really recommend it. And for Flutter development, I also very frequent use in work this alias for running different modes, different flavors, and really aliases save quite a bit time in the long run, so I recommend it, but nothing more fancier here. And let's go with the Zellij. And yeah, this is the terminal workspace. That's basically, it allows you, as we could see, switch between sessions in runtime. So for example, right now I'm in a Zellij config session, and because I changed something, let's say, and I want to go back to my Flutter, and of course I can do it very easily, and my env modes are already here. I don't stress about anything, and of course I can detach from it. I'm gone. I can close the iTerm and it will save it, so I don't have to open it all again. It opens with default one, but I can easily just go back to Flutter again. So it's really great. Allow to open new tabs, to rename them, of course, like test. But let's go back here, split tabs, more splits, more tabs, and etc, etc, etc. Really convenient. Well, I started to use it some time ago and I really don't know how I lived without it. And okay, that's where the fun begins. Exactly. Neovim, I won't go through all of it, but I have all this config in here. The plugins, I think I can go for them on the Flutter folder, so it'll be more visible. It's only that it's the project after Flutter create. I only changed the file name of mine and that one. So nothing fancy here. And let's go through Flutter tools at first. Okay, so this is like basically everything you need for Flutter. It shows you a few cool comments, as you can see here, quite a few. We can say, for example, Flutter auto toggle, which is really great. I really love this one because I can just go anywhere and enter, and it switches me there, and I can navigate through my code base fast. So it's awesome. I can write like Flutter emulators and open, let's say, Pixel, because I think I don't have iOS installed at the moment, and of course opened Android on the other monitor for me. And I think, yeah, I will show how to run it in a second. LSP config is just a language server protocol, so all the support for languages. I think Flutter Tools comes with its own LSP, so you don't have to configure it through it, but it's still worth mentioning that for all other languages, if you sometimes like coding like different languages like Shell, etc., during Flutter development, you configure like support through it. Telescope is a fuzzy finder. It's really powerful. So for example, I can find some file like main.dart and it matches like very great. I can also go through FG, so it's live grep. I can scan like my entire workspace and look for example widget, and it shows me there and have a little preview. If I try to be in a few files, I can also inspect my current buffer, so I can switch between files. Let's say also go here, and I want to go to main.dart which I was configured a bit ago, so I can simply like find it here and go back. Of course I can also do it here, but sometimes it's much faster. Commands on Vim is very simple. It just lets you be in visual mode and like comment something out or with blocks. So it's only for that. Git messenger is to blame someone for the line of code. So if you work on a code base and want to check who wrote this, so you can like DM him and ask about something, you can just write git messenger and see who committed this. This one is mine. Neovim for completion. So it's basically all that, like you type and color, this type of completion. It's support for that basically. Nothing fancy. There are some configurations for the keybinds, but nothing really more. Trouble is for errors. So let's say I do some error here. I can inspect it, see the diagnostics with keymap, and also displays here with these two, and it allows me to see the workspace diagnostics here and jump to them. It's really great. These are code actions, but I can't fix this one easily with code actions, so I need to do it manually. Yeah, that's it. And also like shows you warnings, informations, etc. Snippets are, snippets. Nothing more to say about this. Tuggable file tree is something I just used a lot during this video. So it's this, basically this entire file structure that you can navigate like in V mode. So let's go try to look for navigate V, like find files, etc. So it's very convenient also to look for it here. If like maybe you have too much files in the buffer, it might be easier here, but I don't know. I really don't remember the file name or something. Toggle term, toggle term is basically a terminal. So I use mainly this one on the bottom, but you have like different options there to like open with like a folding window with terminal. But I don't really use, I use this one mostly. With space there for me. Detour is really great one because I often find myself trying to investigate some code and I don't want to use my current context, so I can just open this big floating window, investigate, let's see this, okay, write, analyze, and go back to where I've been very quickly. So it's great. I recommend this one. I found it on Reddit, I remember. Debugger Okay, yeah, debugger is quite important. How does it work? It's just I go through my configurations, which I will like show the setup for it in a bit, but I try to run it. I run development flavor. As of now, it runs Flutter devices under the hood because it's not configured, and Flutter devices takes a while. But yeah, it scanned. It found the emulator that I opened in this video. So let's try to run it there, and let me show it here. And we have this. Okay, it opened. We have this to ending up UI. So with UI, I can do it like that, and I will have all the information here, but it's actually not doing any breakpoints, etc. But if let's say I want to stop it, I think there's a counter, yeah. So I want to stop it on this function, let's say. So I toggle breakpoint, I see the breakpoint here, great. And let's say, oh, now I will click it. And it should break. Or I think I need to restart the session for the breakpoint to happen. Or no. Okay, I think I'm just dumb, but it's basically it should work. I maybe did something pretty bad, but I'm not really sure. Okay, never mind. It should work. I think I just have like fog in the brain right now, but it doesn't matter. And yeah, it's basically this UI for the debugger. And it's debugging really great here. You can write open an entire DTR for like here for the toggle rep with here, but let's close this. You can of course resize this pane as you want, and you have like usually keybinds for that. Or you can open it in floating also, but let's not go there. Okay, and untoggle it for now. But it doesn't of course have hot reload, so it's only for debugging. I can restart session, terminate session, etc. Okay, let's terminate for now. And setting up Flutter, support for Flutter. Let's go with this. It's basically in my config, so we can go there for now, I think. Yeah. So this basically on analytics with the Flutter allows you to go through Flutter files itself. So if you do something with Flutter code base, like you are open source contributor, or just read the code sometimes, that's why you like don't exclude because it's excluded by default. And I'll just like, yeah, the LSP coloring, etc. is just setup, very simple. And here is the part with the debugger configuration, which I didn't like maybe showcase so good because of the mindfuck, but yeah, it's basically lets you configure adapters and how you want to debug Flutter. And yeah, here I have Rust, and here I have Flutter. It's very quite simple. Get device is only like my function I wrote for scanning running Flutter device and allow you to select output of it. If you like switch between the simulators quite a lot of time, then it checks for it. But you can also like set default Flutter device environment, and it will like try to always use it, so we don't have to wait for the Flutter device run. And yeah, these configurations let you specify different like flavors or entry points. Like here, I have main development, I can have main.mock, I can have main.production with different flavors here. Okay, I should like change flavors here, but maybe it's not so up to date the flavors, because I played with a little bit before this video. But basically you can change a lot of here. So yeah, when I try to do DC, wait, in Flutter. I see all of these configurations. That's basically it. And what's more? Oh, yeah. Also, you can have like cool mappings in my config. For example, if you have in Dart in analysis options formatting for 120 lines, by default it's 80. So if you run like FMT, I think it's here, basic FMT function from LSP, it defaults to 80. So this one executes like basic shell in shell command and allows you to format it to 120. I can run it here. Yeah, but basically it's formatted, so nothing changed, but it would. Also, we can go through a bit of the ski mappings. For the plugins I used most frequent, and GL is only like this one for the diagnostics that I showed. How can I do it? This breaks up. Yeah, so it's this GL. GD is definition. So if I do like wait, yeah, let's go to definition. Okay, let's go to the file. K is for hover information, and you can like double shift K to go inside it, and also use Vim here. So it's quite cool. Space rn is rename, so if I want to rename this function increment hunting, cool, it will rename and its usages, of course. Control A is code action, space A is code actions, that's toggle fire, works by diagnostics that I showed before, and somehow it crashed my Neovim. I don't know honestly why, but okay, don't worry. Let's go back. It didn't happen. GR is references, so if I do int x or page and I want to find references, I see it's only here. And TR toggle term, DD we went for it, DB also, DAP continued, that's the bugger stuff, telescope things I showed, and DAPY toggle I also showed, and yeah, this is floating, so if I go to rep, just most frequent ones. I think I showed most of the things for Flutter, and it's basically all. Yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to comment. I will try to explain, and maybe if you want to contribute to the configuration, feel free to do so with pull request. And thank you for watching.